Hey, family. It's your girl Tammy here with another 10-minute rundown of this week's episode. And let me tell you, I might tell you a joke, but I never tell you a lie. The state of Georgia might have killed the wrong man in the execution. Now, before we get on too off in this story, I want y'all to know, I do think the state of Georgia fucked up. But I do also think this man is guilty as hell, okay? So, I just want to say my piece before we get started. And now, as y'all can see, this is a smooth Negro right here. Okay, he was fast talking, good looking. He was a model. He was a singer. He was all the things, okay? He is what I like to call a first generation influencer. He was going to be big. He wanted to be in front of the cameras. He wanted to be on the big screen. You see that dimple? I know he used to smile hard as hell just so somebody can see it. That's him, Carlton Michael Gary. And one thing about Carlton Michael Gary, he liked attention. And right up there with liking attention, he liked to steal. He was a thief, baby. He will steal your drawers from up under you if they ain't on you tight. He was taking any and everything, right? So at some point, he felt like he had took all Columbus, Georgia had to offer. And he had to take his towns to New York, not the city, to Albany. And when Dolomite got to Albany, he did not leave his criminal ways in Columbus. He was still stealing. He was still robbing. And he took it up a little bit. He decided he wanted to take things that did not belong to him. The pocketbook and the pocketbook. In one of his crimes, he bust somebody over the head, took all her goodies, left her for under the underpass. Right? Okay. It was the 70s. We didn't know who was doing this. He also had a friend. The friend name was Pop. Him and Pop used to hang out. He goes into somebody's home, and goes to the police and tell them, no, that wasn't me, that was Pop. The police said, we believe your story. You criminal. He was a criminal. We gonna believe you over Pop. And they took Pop to trial on M-word, right? The people listen to Pop, they see Pop, they say, no, Pop didn't do this. Pop got off, but this man did go sit in jail because of that robbery that he said he committed because he was a criminal from the state of Georgia. He did figure Albany was too small for him, so he said, okay, let me go to Syracuse. He goes to Syracuse, pulls the same old, and they put him in jail in Syracuse. But do y'all know this man took a saw, sawed the bars off of his jail cell, broke out, and went back to Columbus, Georgia without anybody knowing the wiser? And in Columbus, it get wicked. And I ain't talking bald head Cynthia Erivo and ponytail neither. Okay? All of these women. At some point, at some time, he found his way in their house, taking a pocketbook and their pocketbooks. Okay? All of them. Every single last one of them. Old, white, elderly, from the other side of town. He was running up through there, had the whole upper echelon of Columbus, Georgia, pissing, shitting bricks, scared. These ladies would not stay in their house. They calling their kids, they calling their grandkids, they calling neighbors because nobody knows what is going on. Somebody is coming into their house in the dead of the night. And because brother was a known criminal, it didn't take long for the police to get up on him. And when they put their sights on him, they already had it that he was the man, right, wrong, or indifferent. And Michael was committing these crimes all before modern day science, right? So he was getting away. He was getting away with it. Nobody knew he was the wiser. But he would always, because he was a robber. He was a thief. He took stuff that did not belong to them. And he would always get caught because he would either try to pawn or try to give away or get caught again with something belonging to these women from those residents that got him locked up. So once Columbus said, this is our dude, y'all, they started putting monkey math together. They started saying, because the killer had blood type O, it was him. Oh, because we found a fingerprint that could belong to him. Oh, because we found a piece of an afro, it could belong to him. Oh, it was a bite mark with teeth. He got teeth. It could be him. Oh, we found a shoe print. He wears shoes. It could be him. And y'all, I promise I'm not being funny and I'm not telling y'all no joke. I told y'all I'll tell you a joke. I never tell you a lie. The shoe print was a size 9.5. This man wore a 13.5. There is no way he squoze his feet in no 9.5 to go commit no murder. He didn't do that, right? Again, I'm not saying he did not do anything, but the state of Georgia was very sloppy in how they handled this case. I think they had their man. I think they were sloppy with the evidence. And I was told when you do a case, the only thing that mattered is what you could prove in court. And because the state of Georgia decided and determined that he was going to be that guy, the judge was on bull crap. Everything the state wanted in, the crimes he committed in New York, the crimes that he committed in Georgia, the crimes he committed in South Carolina, everything he ever did, the judge allowed it in. When his lawyer, who was a public defender, said, hey, I have these things and this expert may not be telling the truth and this thing might not be so right, the judge didn't allow any of it in. So this man was a dead man walking into that courtroom. And as the years progressed, so did science. And as he's sitting on death row, the science keeps evolving. Sometimes he get lucky, sometimes he don't get lucky. There was many of instances that came back and said, hey, the way that y'all handled this evidence is too contaminated to get any test from it. So we can't say it was him. We can't say it wasn't him. Then it was some that came out that flat out said it was not him. But guess what? It also was multiple cases that came back that said it was him. So you just got to listen to the episode to hear how it played out. But long story short, the state of Georgia did scrap him to that chair and him and take him to the upper room. It's a lot of twists. It's a lot of turns. It's decades upon decades upon decades of crime, decades upon decades upon decades of science, and decades upon decades of court cases that all take twists and turns and turns and twists. So if you want to know the full story of who Georgia is calling the Stocking Strangler and his entire saga, please go listen to us at The Black Docket, wherever you find your podcast. Apple, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts, we are there. Leave us a comment. Share us with your friends. If you're into true crime, if you have a case that you want to get out, send it to me. Listen, if you want to chat, if you want to have a conversation, we can get it popping in the comments. I'm open. This is fun. As long as we keep it cute, as long as we keep it respectful. It's your girl, Tammy, and I'll talk to y'all next week. Bye.